Have you ever heard of the saying, "The pen is mightier than the sword"? Well, today we're talking about a woman who proved that her fists were mightier than any weapon she could get her hands on, at least at first. This is the incredible story of a fighter who mastered barehanded combat long before she ever picked up a blade or a bow. Imagine a world not too different from our own history, where warriors were defined by the steel they carried. Knights in shining armor, samurai with their katanas, archers with their deadly aim. In this world, our hero was an outlier, while others spent their youth practicing swordsmanship or archery. She was in the mud, in the dirt, learning the art of close-quarters combat. She learned how to use an opponent's weight against them, how to find and exploit weak points, and how to turn her own body into a weapon. Her hands, hardened by years of training, became her signature. Why, well, necessity is the mother of invention, isn't it? She came from humble beginnings, a place where a good sword was a luxury her family could never afford. But she had a fire inside her, a desire to protect her home and her loved ones. She couldn't wait for a weapon to fall into her lap. She had to become the weapon herself. So she studied wrestlers, watched brawlers in the taverns, and pieced together a fighting style that was uniquely her own, brutal, efficient, and completely unexpected. Think about the psychological advantage this gave her. Her opponents were trained to fight against steel. They expected the clang of a sword, the twang of a bowstring. What they got was a whirlwind of fists, elbows, and feet. She could disarm a swordsman before he even had a chance to swing. She could close the distance on an archer before they could knock an arrow. She wasn't just fighting, she was disrupting their entire understanding of combat. She was an anomaly, a puzzle they couldn't solve in the heat of battle. When she finally did pick up a weapon, it was almost unfair. Her years of barehanded training had given her an unparalleled understanding of balance, leverage, and timing. A sword in her hand wasn't just a piece of metal, it was an extension of her own body. She could feel the flow of a fight in a way that others couldn't. She knew when to strike, when to parry, and when to drop the weapon entirely and rely on the skills that had gotten her there in the first place. Her foundation in unarmed combat made her armed combat deadlier than anyone could have ever imagined. She wasn't just a swordswoman. She was a complete warrior. This story really makes you think, doesn't it? It's as a powerful reminder that the most important weapon we have is our own determination and ingenuity. It's not about the tools you're given, but how you use the resources you have. She didn't have a sword, so she became the sword. What an incredible legacy. What do you think is the most impressive part of her journey? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.